This is the San Andreas fault line, at least a portion of it, because at nearly 800 miles across the state of California, it's one of the most closely studied faults on the planet. Why? Because it has the potential to be catastrophic, what many refer to as the big one. After the LA wildfires wreaked havoc throughout the county, California's increasing natural disasters have been an ongoing topic of conversation because, along with the incredible natural beauty of the Golden State, comes with danger nearly at every corner. Fires, mudslides, droughts, and of course, earthquakes. And just the other week, I woke up at 5:50 a.m. to my entire bedroom jolting around me. I'm shook. I even had a friend from New York sleeping on my couch at the time. Hey, did you feel that? Who was not prepared for his first ever earthquake. And while earthquakes tend to bring Californians immediately together on Twitter, or X, whatever the hell it's called, it's all fun and games until maybe when the big one actually hits. In an effort to prepare more for this so-called big one, I started my research beginning with the 2015 film San Andreas, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Oh, come on, she would not have survived that. Now they're skydiving? This is the most ridiculous disaster movie I think I've ever seen. So you're telling me the whole state of California is just gonna fall into the ocean? Is that our destiny? Good try, Hollywood, but not quite. So what's really gonna happen, and when? You know what? I think I gotta get to the site of the action. Okay, being at this fault line is not great energy. Literally. Even worse than Hollywood Boulevard, if I may say so. But this fault is very unlikely to rupture the entirety of its 800 miles at once. It will instead occur in certain sections, as history has shown us. The 1906 San Francisco earthquake ruptured 296 miles of the northernmost section of the San Andreas Fault. Considered California's most deadliest at a 7.8 magnitude, it sparked fires, killed at least 3,000 people, and left widespread destruction and devastation. In 1857, the 7.9 Fort Tejon earthquake ruptured nearly 200 miles in central and southern California, but damage was minimal due to the small population and limited infrastructure at the time. Scientists, however, say that we're long overdue for an earthquake in this area, as they occur every 150 to 200 years. The Fort Tejon earthquake, 168 years ago. However, the southernmost section of the San Andreas Fault, from about Wrightwood to the Salton Sea, hasn't had a major earthquake since the 1700s, 300 years overdue, making this section the most likely to rupture for the big one. Some experts say timing really doesn't matter, it's all random. But whether it's decades from now or tomorrow, it's gonna happen. Hopefully not right now though, while I'm here. You know what? I think I gotta get back to Los Angeles, which also might not be the safest place. And I carried my way home with the nightmarish daydreams running through my head. What if it actually did rupture right now? Okay, let's shake those thoughts off for now. If the big one does hit this overdue section, however, the devastation could be disastrous. In one likely scenario of rupturing from the Salton Sea, this would leave Palm Springs the closest metro area, which would experience the most direct major damage. Around the Los Angeles metro area, the San Gabriel Valley and Inland Empire are closest to the fault, and therefore will experience the strongest and most direct shaking. The basins around LA, including the San Gabriel Basin, would then funnel earthquake waves towards the city, causing chaos in its most densely populated areas. A 7.8 quake could mean at least 1,800 dead, 50,000 injured, and entire neighborhoods destroyed. Aside from older buildings and freeway bridges collapsing, fires will erupt across LA, and with blocked roads and a broken water system, emergency crews won't be able to easily easily contain them, potentially wiping out entire sections of the city. Additionally, the aftershocks could continue for days. One thing that won't happen that the movie depicted: tsunamis, as the San Andreas is a strike strip fault where the plates slide past each other rather than vertical. However, lifelines, power, water, gas, sewage could be gone. Everything a city depends on could be crippled for a year or more, leading to an economic collapse and possibly a mass exodus from Los Angeles, because the long-term aftermath would make life unbearable. While the focus is often on the big one, several other fault lines within LA County may pose an even more dangerous threat. The 1994 Northridge earthquake was a 6.7 magnitude disaster that damaged 112,000 buildings, collapsed freeway bridges, injured thousands, and killed 57 people. And it wasn't even on the San Andreas. It struck a lesser known but still very dangerous fault. Then there's the Puente Hills fault, which ruptured in August 2024, very recent, with a 4.4 magnitude. Seismologists say that this fault could be even worse than the San Andreas for LA. Why? It's a thrust fault running beneath some of LA's oldest and most densely populated areas, where infrastructure isn't built to modern day earthquake standards. And since it's hidden underground, it makes it harder to map or track. But with more activity in LA in the past few years, does this recent quake suggest a bigger one is imminent? Not necessarily, but it does confirm that this fault is active, a very unsettling reality. So in preparation, has California done anything different in the past 30 years when the Northridge ruptured? Southern California still has a kind of long way to go in terms of earthquake preparedness. Nearly 180 cities, including sub-cities in LA, such as Santa Monica, have yet to fully meet earthquake standards. In the last decade, there has been a significant push to retrofit known high-risk structures. In 2015, Mayor Garcetti passed ordinances requiring retrofitting for 2 known highly dangerous structures, marking a step in the right direction. However, the work is far from over, especially when it comes to reinforcing vulnerable infrastructure. FEMA will also send out wireless emergency alerts to all mobile devices in affected areas. But a step further is to download the free Shakeout app on the App Store, which may even send you a notification before the local government. And when it does, don't go outside, don't stand under a door frame, get under a table or a desk and stay indoors. Ow! Try not to bump your head. Otherwise, a really good way to prepare is to buy a 72-hour emergency kit. This is not sponsored. It may sound like it is, but after doing the research for this video, I did not even hesitate to buy this. It has all the essentials you might need: a water bottle, cleansing, flashlight, emergency water packets and light sticks, first aid pocket kits, ponchos, survival blanket. This is apocalypse planning, and if you live in California or even on the West Coast, it's kind of a no-brainer, so I'll post the Amazon link in the description below. Don't hesitate, because you never know when this big one is coming. You also might want to sign up for the California Shakeout program to practice survival and recovery tips. It happens annually in the fall. But for now, I think most of us in Southern California probably don't think about the big one and even earthquakes in general too often. So I think for now, we can all take a deep breath, because who knows, it may not even happen in our lifetime. And even if it did happen right where I am right now, probably a large tsunami will not take me out. So that's a good thing. Unless a major earthquake underneath the coast of Alaska ruptures, then it might happen. You know what? Let's not talk about that now. I'll see you next time. Bye.